Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. I am Elena Raquel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you some strategies and tips to pass the ARDMS SPI exam, also called or known as the Ultrasound Physics Registry. I sat for this exam pretty early in my educational career. I had taken a couple of ultrasound physics courses, and my motivation to take it early was that I could be exempt from the following two ultrasound physics courses. So in between my summer and fall semesters of ultrasound school, I went ahead and sat for the exam. I thought that I understood everything well enough and that I could teach the rest of the material to myself. So I went ahead and took it, and I did very well, and I passed it on my first attempt. So I wanted to share with you what I did, and I'm hoping that that will help you as you prepare to sit for your registry. Now, the book that I used is called Understanding Ultrasound Physics by Dr. Sidney K. Edelman. This book is gold. Definitely get it if you don't already have it and read it. Essentially from cover to cover. That's what I did. And as I read this book, I made my own study guide, and I included things that I knew and I thought would show up on my exam, but I mostly focused on things that I didn't quite know or didn't quite understand. And I also color coded. So my equations would be in one color, I'd have definitions in another color, and I included the tables and the figures that are in this book because it really simplified the concepts. And I'm a visual learner, so that really helped me out. And another benefit to making a study guide, if you type it out versus writing it out, you can take that document or pull it up with you anywhere. So I would email it to myself or put it on Google Drive or whatever you want to do, and then you can pull it up. You might not always have the book on you, but you probably will have your phone on you. So if you've got some downtime wherever you're at, you can pull up that electronic copy of your study guide and study. Now you want to utilize all of your resources. So that book is the main resource that I used, but I also used my physics teacher. So I took this exam when the COVID pandemic was pretty new, a couple months into it. And so I set up video calls with my teacher, and I asked her for practice questions, and I would go through those questions, and if I got them wrong, didn't quite understand why, I would let her know what I was struggling with, and she would work through that with me. I also just did simple Google searches for practice questions. I read up on things that I didn't understand, and there's actually a number of questions that you can find for free and practice with. So definitely take advantage of that. Now, one thing that I did not do that I heard from other students was helpful was the ESP Ultrasound's X Zone for physics for registry practice questions and quizzes. And I'll put that link in the description below this video if you want to check that out. Now, another thing that I would suggest is knowing your formulas and your relationships. When you're taking the exam, even if it's not a mathy sort of question, you can use formulas or relationships to pretty much help you get through most of the questions on the exam. Another thing that I would advise while you're studying, when you do your practice questions, take your practice tests. Like I did every question in the Edelman book, every test practice that I could find. And as you're working through the questions, don't look at the answers beforehand. Please just look at the question, read the question carefully, and try to see if you already know the answer. And that'll help you when it comes to your exam. Hopefully the answer that you think it is will already be in the choices, and there's a good chance that that's the right answer. But if it's not, use process of elimination based off of what you already know. And finally, give yourself enough time to study. When you pick your date to sit for your exam, stick to it. Don't keep pushing it back and pushing it back because you're not ready. You need to make a schedule and stick to that schedule so that you know how much time you need to dedicate to studying each day until you get to the exam day. Those are my tips and strategies. I hope that they were helpful to you. If you have any questions about anything that I said in this video, please leave a comment in the comment section. I can do another video if there's a concept in physics that you don't quite get, and I can try to explain that for you as well. Happy studying, and good luck on your exam.